Good evening, everyone. Let everybody get on. Give everyone a few minutes. We'll see who gets on here. Hyla's here. Hi, Misty. I can't hear me. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Okay. It just sounds weird on my end. Awesome. Cool. Y'all share the stream so that we can get more people on here. I'd love to have some new people on here as well who are getting ready to start keto or who are restarting, because I'm sure we have a lot of people doing that after the holidays. Also, if you have a YouTube channel on here, which I know you two do, but even if you're watching the replay, put it in the comments so other people can go ahead and head over to your channel and check it out. Hopefully we'll get a few people on here. Thanks, Hyla. I never know who's live. There's always, I mean, I know sometimes which days some people go live, but it's hard to keep up with all the other channels, what days they're going live. So I tried not to interfere with someone else's, but I'm not sure if there's someone else on tonight or not. But want to see if we can get a few people. So hopefully you guys all had a good day. I had a pretty good day. It's my granddaughter's birthday, so we went out to eat for lunch at Applebee's. Had steak, no surprise. It's my go-to usually, or a bunless burger. So it was pretty good for Applebee's. And then I got broccoli with it with the I've been getting for a while when I get broccoli at a restaurant, I'll get the loaded broccoli. So I'll get it loaded like a baked potato and with like sour cream butter, cheese, and the bacon and stuff on it. So it makes it a little bit more fun. Yeah, she had a good birthday. She got a big meal. She got mac and cheese with yogurt and fruit. That was her choice. A smoothie, and then the waitress brought her out a brownie that had ice cream on it. So she lived her best life. So she was happy. Definitely. So I want to talk about, hopefully we'll get some people on here. I wanted to talk about so you guys that have been doing, hi Phyllis. Awesome. For those of you who've been doing keto for a while, or carnivore or ketovore, for the new people coming in, because January we always have an influx of new people. What would be one thing in the comments that you would say to them that would be your number one tip? Like the one thing you wish someone had told you when you started? Mine, I've always said, is just keep it simple, because people try to jump in way too fast, way too complicated in the beginning, and then that's where they end up feeling overwhelmed and decide to quit. So, and I think that's with any way of eating, but with definitely with keto for sure. But it's so weird not being able to hear myself. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Don't try to be perfect. None of us are perfect, and your way of keto may not be the same as someone else's, right? We all have different styles or ways that work for us. Some of us are more meat heavy and some of us are not. So it's just some of us are higher fat keto and some of us are not. So there's not only one way to do it. So that's the best thing about it. We got to do what works for you. We're glad Phyllis stopped by to see us. Let's see what and she says, keep it simple and give it a fair chance. You're not going to see results in so here's the thing. There's some people that's going to lose super fast the first week or two, or you're going to see a big thing happen. And then there's others that aren't. So don't base your experience on what someone else's experience is, because you may not lose as fast as them. And then don't do it for a week or two and be like, okay, this isn't working. I'm done. You have to give it more time. So you're right, giving it a fair chance. Hey, Derek, I just watched your 75 hard video. While I was cooking dinner. Oh, he's in the background listening. So if you're not following Derek, he's doing the Steps Challenge, and that me and Hyla, and I think Misty is in as well. And Alan from Alan's Awesome Keto World, and Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto. We're all on there, and a whole bunch of other people. We're doing a Steps Challenge for this month, and we have teams, and the teams are super cool. I love how he did all that. It was really great. But he also did 75 hard, so that was nice to know today when I saw that video. So we said, what's your number one tip? So what is something that you may have done in the beginning of your keto journey that you would be like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, or I wished I'd have known what I know now, kind of a thing, when you first started? Do you guys have any tips like that? For me, I think it would be like when I first started keto, because you have your typical keto macros, your high 70% fat or more, and then your protein and all that. That for some people, that you do have to have lower fat, and for some people, not low fat. I'm not saying low fat diet, but lower compared to the regular keto macros. But then there's other people that do better on higher fat, and so that's something you have to think about too. Yes, that's so true. Read labels. That is so important. Just because it says keto doesn't mean it's keto, right? Hi, Tony. Tony is here. Let's see what Misty said. Okay. For you, it's about whole foods more than added treat. Yeah. Whole foods, I think, is the most important thing. Stay away from, and I'm not saying not to ever have packaged keto food, because I do have it every so often. And it's fine for a treat. It's better to have something that's got no sugar in it, especially during the holidays, right? Than to go all out with all the other stuff. But on a regular, it's, read those labels, see what all that fiber is made of before you put it in your body that they have in it. Oh, that's funny. Misty. She always jokes that she's low fat keto. I like that. Yeah, so that's the one thing for me I learned, because in the beginning I didn't really count which I always tell people that I'm helping or coaching that are doing keto, for the first couple of weeks, don't worry about counting anything. Don't just eat. keto meats and vegetables with good fats, and don't worry about it. And then you can get later on, you can get more complicated, and you can do macros, and you can do all those things. But be open to changing the way you're doing it, because you need to find the way that works for you, not just, what everyone else is doing. And I think that was the hardest thing that I learned, was you have to figure out what works for you. But yeah, so we're all, I guess all of us in here, aren't we? Almost all of us in here are in the steps challenge. Oh yeah, that's very important. Electrolytes. So many people do not get electrolytes in. Even if you're not keto, you still need them. But that are doing keto and carnivore too, and you need those electrolytes to help you. You're gonna feel like crud. Yeah, especially if you came off of the standard American diet, you need those electrolytes. So it's so true. This is weird. I always feel like I should be hearing myself, but I guess not. That would be like an echo. But yeah, so what are your favorite electrolytes, Misty? How's everyone's step looking today? I'll look at mine right now. I'm at 89.53, I think, is what mine are at, Derek. I think Hyla probably already made 10,000. She can answer that. I wish I had found all y'all before I started, but I found you. That's what matters. Oh, that's so sweet, Hyla. Me too. I feel like our community has like super grown, and it is awesome. Perfect keto when it's on sale. Yeah, they always have a really good Black Friday sales. I didn't get any from this year since I'm using the First Form collagen, but I used to get all their collagens, except the strawberry. I can't stand it, but I love the chocolate. You took a nap. I stock up. Yep, I do too. When they have sales, that's when you can afford it. But I also oops, there we go. We took it out. There you go. Trying to keep up with these. Yeah. I bought their mac and cheese on Black Friday. Now that's a packaged item that I mean I still have 7 of them that I buy from them to keep for the holidays and stuff, and it's not something I eat all the time because I always try to eat fresh things anyways. Look, let's see what he says. Okay, Derek says, I got to read it on here. I'm too blind. Going back to the 75 hard challenge, I'm going to complete project 50 first, see how I do with that, and then I might go back and redo 75 from the beginning. Okay, so that's what I did, Derek. The first year I did 75 hard. I just did 75 hard, and then I did phase 1 and phase 2. I never did phase 3, but I had to wait so long to start phase 2 because I had a tick bite that got infected, and I didn't want to end up doing phase 3 during November or December. So the next year, me and some of my friends that are doing it started in February 2022, because we were strategizing when we would end so we could do phase 3 in January instead of December. So that's what we did. And I think next year, or for this year, for 2023, I'm just going to do 75 hard. I don't think I'm going to do all of the phases. You love the strawberry. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think it just had an off taste to me. Like, I don't know. Some people love it. There's like ones, some people love it, some people hate it. Bye, Phyllis. Go get you some dinner, girl. But yeah, 75 hard right now. Phase 3, I can tell you, Derek, is this is just day 2, obviously, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just like I said for phase 1, because it's very similar to phase 1. You just have those couple of extra things added. It's just about managing your time, because if you let the day get away from you, you're just going to end up doing something at midnight or whatever, so you don't want that to happen. But I do love the program. I'm very glad that I started doing it. I watched. Okay, do you guys subscribe to Platte River Keto? Is that what it is? I watched his video today, and he had a really good advice. He was talking about exercise and keto. How like in the beginning, a lot of people in the keto world were like, oh, you don't have to exercise which is true. You don't have to exercise to lose weight, but there's so much more benefits to exercise than just losing weight. So he talked about all that. It was a really good video. I told him I totally agreed with him about it. It just makes you feel better too, not just your physical, but your mental too. For sure. Platte River, yes. Okay, that's what I thought. Because is it Indiana? Where's Platte River? So somewhere like that. Yay, Mary T's here. Yoo-hoo. Thanks for getting on, girl. Yes. Definitely, Misty. The food changed my weight, but the exercise helped change my life. That's awesome. I love that. It did for me too, for sure. Is that Nebraska? Okay. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know where Platte River is. I know he said it, and he was in Utah filming because he was on for the holidays on a trip, I guess, visiting family or whatever. Making liver and onions with bacon. See, okay, let's talk about liver, Mary. I can make liver pate and eat it like a pork rinds or something like that, but I cannot fry liver like that with onions. My husband grew up eating that, but I cannot stand the way it smells. But I can do like cook the liver with a bunch of garlic and some Redmonds, and then I puree it and with some butter and some broth and make it creamy, and I eat it like that. But I don't know about that. I don't know. I guess it's just taste bud thing. I don't know. It's more of a smell, I think, for me. Aw. Misty is motivational. She really is. And her Monday night lives are really good too. Nope, no liver for you. I tried to pawn my liver carnivore snacks or crisps off on Hyla, but she wasn't going for it. I said, if you don't like them, give them to your dog. She goes, I will. Let me see. I like the way I have to do it. You cook liver too. I season really well. Then just sort of show. Okay. So it doesn't have long to smell. That makes good. That makes sense. But yes. You're welcome, Misty. Misty says, I eat liver, but haven't been brave enough to make it myself. The recipe that I started
using to make it is Michelle Rock. She has a YouTube channel. She doesn't post videos very often, but she has really good videos. She's super sweet. Um, and her recipe is the one that I use. Aw, you are. So true, Misty. Plus, you're always happy and cheerful. Yes, you are. I was telling Misty last night that so if you're new and you want motivation, go over there for sure. I was telling her that lately, because I've been watching some of her lives, I guess you know how the stupid YouTube algorithms work. Um, I've been putting lots of her older videos in my feed, like from three years ago and stuff, and so they'll pop up in my feed, and I'm like, whoa, because she looks so different. She looks so good. But yeah, so um, if you so Mary T would be a good person to post about this too. If you had to tell someone who's just starting keto, um, if they could only pick, like, say they're on a budget and they could only pick like 5 things to buy, what would you tell them to buy, Mary? Hi, Rosio. You've been doing a walk every day? It's so icy, yeah. Yeah, you do use your muscles. When we had that big freeze here, I was walking in the snow doing 75 hard, so in some boots. So I know it's a little harder to walk, but you get a better workout, don't you? Misty is incredible, Derek. But so, like, for me, I'm thinking the 5 things that I would tell people to get is a good oil to cook with, either avocado oil or some tallow or some, you can always use butter. Butter's always a cheap route to go. Also save your bacon grease. But and then I would tell them to pick a meat they like, and then pick 2 vegetables that are keto friendly that they like, or maybe eggs. Eggs could be, I guess that could be extra, but because there's so many people who are like, oh, I can't afford this, which right now, especially if they want to be a more meat heavy, like carnivore, ketovore based type of keto. But so what 5 things would you guys tell them to buy if they're on a budget? Let's see. Everybody's thinking. Oh, that's great, Misty. I think my keto versary is February, and I think it's going to be 5 years. So it's crazy. It goes by so fast. Either one. I really do recommend, if someone's starting out, that they don't do carnivore first, because they're going to feel really, now some people it won't do that, but I really feel like if you're starting out, strict plain carnivore is going to be very hard and overwhelming for someone coming off the standard American diet. But I think if they like meat, they'll transition that way probably. But I just think a newbie, I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, okay. Oh, right. Here's a good one. So she's saying eggs, favorite meat, cheap chicken with skin, or hamburger, or cheap steak. Lots of cheap pork out there. Coleslaw and butter and bacon. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. And Misty is saying, I like to have nuts and beef sticks to snack on. Yeah, I like to keep a meat stick in my purse almost all the time, unless I pack purse bacon, right? But I always have a beef stick in there of some kind, because you never know where you're going to end up, and you might want to eat, right? Then Misty says, eggs are still a staple, but they are expensive right now. Everything's expensive though. I saw that Walmart online has the 18 pack of eggs was $8 and something, and this person that posted this went back in their app to when they ordered a year ago, I think, and they were $2 or something like that. So that's just crazy. Let's see, Misty says eggs, broccoli, Brussels, leafy greens, on sale meat. Yeah, I tell people that all the time. I had taught all three of my kids that when you're on a budget to go to the grocery store in the morning early, is get there when they mark all that meat down and buy it and stick it in the freezer because it's still fine. So especially right now, that's definitely come on, that one won't show. There we go. I just tell people to eat any kind of fatty meat they like, green veggies, butter on their veggies, some kind of salad, and some, let's see, with healthy dressing and bacon and eggs. Yeah, for sure. Rosio says, if I was just starting out on keto, I did great on eggs, nuts, veggies, chicken, pork, beef, bacon. I don't like cold cuts or meat sticks, so not on my list. Cream cheese, sour cream, pork rinds. Yeah, those are good. Oh, you also have 5 chickens. That helps quite a bit. I get my eggs from my mother-in-law, and when she's not, her chickens aren't laying, then I find another place. But I remember when the ones at Aldi were not that long ago, which aren't farm eggs, but they're just regular store eggs. The regular 12-pack was like 99 cents for a long time. Now they're, for a 12 dozen, it was $4.50 when I went to Aldi the other day. So there's a big difference for sure. It's a good time to have chickens. But I don't know Hyla, what do you feed y'all's chickens? Do you feed, or do you do scraps and things like that? Because I know the feed is up too. Rosio says, I take berries, sunflower seeds, and pickles to the ball field when the kids have a game. I lost weight super fast eating the Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay, feed. And he does some other stuff. Okay. Because I know that my grandparents used to feed their chickens like the scraps from vegetables and things too, like when they would peel potatoes, or when they would, not that you're eating potatoes, but things like that. So I didn't know what y'all were feeding them. And Missy says, oh yes, love pickles and a few olives every now and then. I love olives. Pickles are okay, and pickles are great because they have great potassium in them with the vinegar and stuff that's in them too. But I'm just not like a, oh my gosh, I love pickles kind of person. But olives, I can eat me some olives. That's okay, Rosio. And my phone is constantly changing everything I type, and it drives me nuts. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Mine are adjacent, like Autumn says. Autumn from Watch Autumn Keto. Her husband says all the time that he's keto adjacent, and I think that's pretty much what my family is too. Derek says, losing weight is actually easy. I lost 97 pounds in 4 months, but I didn't work on the mental part and gained it back. Yeah, you have to really work on the reasons behind why you overeat and why you binge if you binge and things like that. Because I think that's what a lot of people don't do. And then, like you said, you gain it back because you haven't worked on the thing that's making, just like any other addiction, you can't get over it until you work on the thing that's causing it. Well, hi, Alan. Alan's here. Okay, you freeze the melons in the summer. Okay. Alan, we're talking about like for newbies that watch this, I asked everybody to give like if someone who's new because of all the prices right now says, okay, I'm on a strict budget, I need to just get like 5 things at the grocery store to keep my budget down to be on keto, what would you tell them to get? We've all been like given our tips about that, because I think that is, especially right now, something that people's concern would be they can't afford to do this, or they can't afford, I feel like the standard American diet is expensive too. So I don't know. We're trying to help out the newbies here. I know that when I have always through my whole keto journey eaten lots of eggs and bacon. Not like all day bacon, but like, at least for breakfast. And then, so, if I would probably say eggs and bacon were 2 of the things that people should get, even though eggs are high. Everything's high right now, though. Maintenance is hard. Yeah. Maintenance is hard. Definitely. But yeah, but I definitely agree that that you have to keep moving. And I think that helps with maintenance, because I think that's another problem with the people who have the mindset of you don't have to exercise to lose weight on keto, which no, you don't. But it helps you in maintenance. It really does. And it helps you mentally. Let's see. What's Rosio say? Meal prepping the meats can be very helpful. Grill or smoke one day, and you can eat throughout the week with different veggies. Worked for me. Yeah, I love doing that. Like if I'm going to if we grill something, if you're going to fire up your grill, you should fire up your grill or Blackstone, if you have Blackstone, whatever you have, and do a whole bunch of stuff at once. Because why heat that thing up and waste all that if you're not going to make a bunch of stuff? And then you, like she said, then you have extra things for the week. That's one of the easiest ways to meal prep, I think. And Hyla says, I've gotten my eating back on track the last few days. Yeah. I think everybody's that way, Alan, because you can so easily, if you're not tracking or if you're eating treats and different things, you can so easily, that scale will just creep up, That's why it's a lifestyle, right? We got to think of it as a lifestyle, not a diet. I like to cook once, eat twice. There you go. Don't make something hard, right? Misty says she likes to prep meat too. And okay. You like your veggies fresher most of the time. Tonight I cooked some chicken thighs. Well, they're actually what Aldi calls chicken leg meat, because they hardly ever have thighs anymore with everything that's been going on. So it's basically both the leg and the thigh, just the meat. Anyway, so I cooked that in the oven with some seasonings and stuff on it and avocado oil. And then I made a sheet pan of zucchini and squash like this with Parmesan and avocado oil and seasoning. So that made a ton. So that's going to be good for leftovers. And so will the chicken. So I like to meal prep that way too. You don't like leftover ground beef? How come, Hyla? Because it's fatty? Because of the fat buildup on it? Or what? What is it you don't like about it? I'll actually be meal prepping tomorrow. So that's what tomorrow's video is going to be, is a meal prep video. Tastes like old meat. Tastes like old meat, she says. Yeah. True. So yeah, that's one of my, I think, because I did talk to a couple people that live here local that were wanting advice on keto and losing weight and stuff, and that's one of the things they brought up, was that the prices of groceries are so high, and they're like, I can't afford to blah blah blah, and so that's why I was like, well, you're gonna have to plan what you want to have for the week, but buy those things and not buy all these extra things that you don't need, like ice cream and things like that. Unless it's in a super casserole thing. Okay. Yeah. Well, another thing I was thinking too with newbies is that I feel like when I started keto almost 5 years ago, that the keto police were a lot more a thing. I think that, I still think they're around still, but I have really felt lately that people are kind of like softening to whether bothering people about stuff. Or not bothering is not what I'm trying to say, but like, I feel like there was a few people that I knew that were really excited to be doing keto, and then they posted their picture of their food in some group, and then they got destroyed. Carrots aren't keto, blah blah blah, blah blah. And I just feel like we're gonna scare people off if we act that way. But I do feel like it's softened some. Do you guys agree or not agree? Or have you experienced something like that lately? Okay, she said, we are a large family. When I started, we were 8. Now we're 6 because 2 of the kids moved out. If I could do it with a large family, so can anyone. Only have 2 meals though. No, definitely. Oh, you've had more carnivore police. Yeah, they get pretty aggressive in that carnivore. Are you in the World Carnivore group? I think that's the name of it. I don't know. I'm in that group too. But to be fair, they're going after some of the carnivore doctors too right now. So it's like, I just go in there for ideas when I'm eating more carnivore. But I know that there was a few friends of mine that in the beginning either quit keto or left every group because people were so rude. They couldn't just say, oh, well, I don't eat keto that way in a nice way, because everybody's different. There's clean keto, strict, there's dirty keto, maybe dirty. And I don't eat dirty keto, but I'm not going to put someone down who, if it's working for them, we know it's not the best way, but oh yeah, we know. You tailed it. You hightailed it out of there. Yeah. They are, like in the beginning, there were some that were so mean. So to me, that has always been my goal as doing my channel and in my group and other groups too, is to not like criticize someone's what they're excited about, because if you do, that's just going to push them away. And I think it's better to teach them from example. You hide and block them. Alan says he just doesn't pay them attention. Individuals commenting on your videos. Hey, but your video says carnivore-ish. So they need to leave you alone. But yeah, Well, there's in the carnivore world too, Hyla. There's some that are like, unless you're eating like the lion diet, which is or just beef and salt, that you aren't really carnivore. So, which I think, whatever. There's different types of carnivore and there's different types of keto, and it's fine. Everybody does what they need to do for them. Misty says, I like when people find what works for them, and if it's not perfect for us. Yeah, exactly. Oops. I heard the other day that there is such a thing called dirty lazy keto at the point. What is the point? Well, I think the point is, Derek, that for some people who come off the standard American diet and are used to eating a lot of junk, dirty keto is the only thing they can do at the time. They might, and then maybe they'll clean it up later. They'll either clean it up later because they're going to learn more, or they're just going to quit doing it altogether. So that'll be the two things that will happen. Lazy keto is just they don't count any of their macros or anything. They just eat. Yes, exactly. That's my thoughts. Exactly, Mary. It's baby steps. So, if you pull someone off of the standard American diet who's been eating, donuts every morning for breakfast for the past 10 years, it's going to be hard for them. So baby steps, whatever you can get them to do to make a change. And then it'll either evolve or they'll just quit. Just thought it sounded weird. Yeah. It is. Basically, dirty keto is you don't really care about the ingredients that much, Derek. Like, you don't care if there's maltodextrin in something, or there's, whatever the fiber is or whatever. And I'm not saying none of us ever eat anything dirty keto, because every once in a while, everybody does. I would consider Quest chips kind of dirty keto, and I'll eat them every once in a while, but not on a regular. But then other people eat that stuff every single day. So, but yeah. Misty says, why do they have to call them such horrible words? The dirty lazy keto, or people calling other people the words? Yep, it's definitely still better than the sad diet. Yep. Definitely. So, Derek, I take it that you don't. Derek, what do you guys do for your way of eating? You just eat clean, or whole foods? I saw your intro. You look like you're making baked fish or something. It's not dirty or lazy. Love it. Oh, I've had people go off about Chalk Zero, Misty, and I use Chalk Zero syrup and I use Chalk Zero candy, but not every day. Like in the holidays, I have, as you know, the Chalk Zero candy and Chalk Zero syrup. I even though I have a year supply of Nush pancake mix in my freezer, I don't make them that often. Not because I don't like them. I'm just more of an eggs person, for breakfast. So everybody is different, and they need to chill. Yeah. All right. So we talked about foods we would recommend for people on a budget. A tip, like what you wish you knew when you started. But so what what was the other one I was going to have y'all talk about? How about this? What is your one thing that you would tell someone not to do when they're starting? Like, and don't just say, what would you tell them not to do if they were just starting today? Yeah, I miss my Advents too. Yes, savory breakfast all the way for me too. Yeah, you have to make it though. It's not convenient, but it always tastes good. Definitely. Chalk Zero is the best, yeah. I think that my thing that I would tell people not to do is stop comparing your journey to everyone else's. Do not compare your weight loss journey to every other person doing keto because you have a different metabolism, you have a different genetics, you have all your things are going to be different. So you can't say compare yourself to such and such who's doing this and then expect that exact same thing to work for you. So it might be figuring out what works for you. So don't compare. Stop comparing yourself, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Don't eat food today that you didn't plan for. Oh, that's very good, Misty. You won't starve and you still have it tomorrow. That's such good advice. Love that. And Derek says, oh, that was one for our healthy international dishes. We actually got, oh, okay. Cool deal. I was just curious. I wasn't sure since I'm kind of new to you guys. Let's see. Mary says, I would tell them to stop listening to the noise around complicated recipes. Just keep it simple. Yeah, I have so many friends that have done keto in the beginning and they're like getting all these Pinterest recipes and all this different stuff. And I was like, stay off of Pinterest. Wait till you have some stuff under your belt first. Just keep it simple. Meat, veggies, fats. That's all you need. And Misty, it's that instant gratification that got me in the beginning. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, that's like one of my favorite quotes. I always forget of it, but I love it. Shelly! Casey now has one that's made of beef protein and no sweetener. Oh, that's cool. My girl's here. Shelly King's in the house. I can't believe I'm still alive. Do you think you're going to miss me? I was going to try to stay on about an hour. Stop. Oh, I love that. Stop looking for low carb bread. I'm making the protein spray modified fasting bread tomorrow. I did over the holidays. I do like to buy the carbonate bread some, Mary T, only because it's the only low carb bread that actually is gluten and wheat free. But I hate all those other ones because they're not keto. Stop putting keto on them. They're not keto. They're low carb, right? And Rosio says simple, fresh foods. Yep. Definitely. Shelly, we're talking about what we would tell people who are just starting or keto, or if they're restarting, but mostly new people, because I had a couple people tell me that they're, with the prices of groceries right now, they can't do it. They can't do keto right now, and things are too expensive. So I was like, what can we tell people? Like, if you had to pick like 5 staples that you would want them to buy, and most of us have said eggs, meats. Like find some cheap meats, and some low carb veggies, etc. But we were talking about that, so just wanted to catch you up. let's see. You're a seasoned keto person. You can look for keto bread. LOL. It's the beginners that have slippery slope. Yeah, that's true. For sure. I know what ingredients to look for sure. And but they just see that keto bread at every store and they're like, oh, keto bread. And I turn it over when I see it and I'm like, the first ingredient, modified wheat starch. What about starch is involved in the keto diet? Nothing. And then gluten is probably usually the second ingredient for sure. I'm almost done with my water, Shelly. Shelly is doing phase 3 with me, you guys. Oh, let's see. Yeah. The carbonate bread is pretty good, I have to admit, though. But I'll be good tomorrow. I'll make my other bread and eat on that. It usually lasts me a while. We got this. Thanks, Derek. He says, we got this, Shelly. I want to say that I was really scared of phase 3 because I thought the talking to a stranger every day and the act of kindness was going to be super hard. Not because it's not something I agree. I think they're both great things. But because I have my grandkids all the time, I was worried about that part. But I mean, of course, I'm only on day 2, but I've been coming up with ideas. Like when I'm on my walk, I start thinking of scenarios like, okay, if I see a person with a dog, what can I say to them to start a conversation? If I see this person outside in their lawn and they have Christmas lights, what can I say to start a conversation? You know, so I'm kind of like prepared ahead. And then if I see somebody, I can talk to them. But talking to people is not really a problem for me usually. But the act of kindness, it's like, you don't have to talk to them, but you have to figure out what you're going to do that day for the act of kindness. Let's see. Shelly says, eat eggs, hot dogs, ground beef, salads, Cobblard Chef, low-carb yogurts. Yes. Highly recommend Fage yogurt. It's my favorite, and you can add your collagen to it, and it doesn't have a bunch of extra junk in it. Awesome job, Lindy. I finished my gallon about 30 minutes ago. Just finished workout number 2. Stretching now, 15 minutes. I did workout number 2 earlier at Planet Fitness, and I have like this much water left. Almost done. The only reason I'm not done with this water is because I wanted to have a LaCroix with my dinner because of, I don't. That's just part of enjoying my dinner, so I wanted to do that. That's right. Sometimes you need a dang hot dog. I used to eat them a lot. I get the uncured organic ones from Aldi, so they're kind of like the Applegate brand. I like those Teton ones, but the only place I can get those here is at Sprouts, and they're like they're so expensive. I mean, and yeah, we can't do that right now. Yeah, you can add. Shelly does that too. So you can add any flavor collagen to your yogurt. So the Fage, doesn't have any flavor really by itself. And you can add whatever collagen flavor you like. Like you could add your strawberry or your chocolate or whatever. And then toppings if you want, or you could just do just the collagen. Yes. Collagen protein yogurt. It is so good. Yeah, it makes it fluffy. And you could do, Misty, like a half a cup of yogurt, and it will make it double in size. And you feel like you have more. It's a great way to get your protein in. Although collagen isn't a complete protein, but for keto diet purposes, it's fine for that. But if you're wanting to count it as like your grams of protein, you should use also, make sure you get other protein in too. Oh, you don't like the texture of most yogurt. You should try collagen. I bet you might like it. It's good. I did try a yogurt with keto chow, and I love keto chow, but it did not mix well. I have tried it with other protein powders, and it mixes okay. But when I did it with keto chow, it got too like, I don't even know how to explain it. It wouldn't mix. Now to buy some yogurt, Misty said. Well, Fage, pretty much you could get it at Walmart, usually. But I do love keto chow too, but I can't afford them right now. I'm going to have to take a keto chow break. You did love the strawberry collagen in your yogurt. Okay, well, you're getting the rest of my tub then. I don't know why I don't like the strawberry one. Misty likes the ratio brand, but it has trouble finding them. Do they not have it at Walmart where you live? Miss Misty lives in Texas too. I know she has HEB, but or maybe you don't. I can't remember if you said you didn't have HEB, but I know they have it at Walmart here when stuff's in stock. You got it from a friend who didn't like it. That's hilarious. That's too funny. I like strawberry. I like strawberry milk when I was a kid. You know, the quick whatever rabbit one. But so I thought that's what it was going to taste like, but it didn't to me. HEB and Kroger. Okay. That's cool. All right, guys, it's almost been an hour. So I want you guys to put one comment talking about your one thing you're going to do this week to move you further along in your journey. So what is one thing you're going to do to move you further, along in your journey? Good. Scratchy throat. Liverwurst. Liverwurst is good. Oh, strawberry yoo-hoo. Okay. So for me, the one thing I'm going to do this week, obviously, is keep doing all of the phase 1 things because those are keeping me on track, keeping me accountable. Meal prepping tomorrow, especially. But the extra tasks that we do for phase 3, one of mine is to clean a hot spot in my house. Every day it changes like what that place is. And it's helping me stay focused on getting things done. So moving me along that way, but also keeping me accountable for my exercise, for my food, all the things. Shelly says, track her food consistently. Track everything that goes in my mouth. Yes. Even if you shouldn't have eaten it, right? Oh, you're going to weigh in every day. Okay. And I missed that one. Watch my fasting and eating times. And Derek, I'll get your first part because I missed it. Must move even if you don't want to. That's so important on the days when you don't want to. If you just do it anyway, you're going to be so glad you did. I can't weigh in every day, Derek. It plays with my head too much. I weigh, I used to just weigh like once a month, but now since I've been doing first form, I do it once a week because we do it for the assessment for our advisor. And that's when I weigh in now. But All right. Any last comments? Oh, that's great, Misty. I'm about to do my nutrition one. So that we'll be like superpowers. I'm working on that. 9.9 steps. Are you walking around while you're watching? No fair. That seems to help you to weigh in every day. Okay. That's why I said everybody's different. You got to do what works for you. Whatever makes you progress in your journey. This is so low, I can't get out. Okay. All right. It was good to see you too, Mary. Thanks for stopping by. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end it here tonight. And it was thank you guys all for getting on. I so appreciate you guys are such good friends. And I am so grateful for all of you guys for supporting my channel. And share the feed, share the channel, hit the like button on this live before you go if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks, Misty. Bye, guys.